Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is a Thursday, September 19th, 2019. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you are so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv/OtakuShowboat to leave a follow. To be notified when I go live Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. You can also follow me on Twitter at Otaku Showboat and visit my website at otakushowboat.com. You can help support Pyanodon at patreon.com/Pyanodon and myself at patreon.com/OtakuShowboat. Today's question of the day is, what are your top 5 most liked games? Yes, what are your top 5 games overall? Yesterday I asked what are the top 5 most played games. Today is your top 5 most liked. I'm not going to say favorite because favorite is technically an absolute term and only refers to the one item at the top of a category. So this is your top 5 most liked games. For me, my top 5 would have to include Banjo-Kazooie, Super Mario World, Factorio, Kerbal Space Program, and Morrowind. I think out of all games, those 5, Banjo-Kazooie, Super Mario World, Factorio, Kerbal Space Program, and Morrowind, would be at the top. I like a lot of games. I really, really like a lot of games. Defining just 5 isn't really the greatest representation of what I do enjoy, but those are definitely the top 5, and 3 of those got me through a good portion of my childhood growing up. Super Mario World first, then Banjo-Kazooie, and then Morrowind was definitely... Those 3 were sort of the 3 that are most memorable through my earlier years, even going into the mid and later 2000s and 2010s, you know, that time when Oblivion was out. Yeah, I couldn't actually play it despite owning it because the computer we had at the time couldn't actually run it. And then when I finally was able to actually play it, it was already dated, and I didn't actually like it as much as I did Morrowind. But anyway, with that, the notes going into today, for changes to the Pyanodon suite that have happened. First off, I want to note that one of the changes that has happened is going to require running a recipe reset script in order for it to actually show up and take effect in your game if you have an existing game and have updated Pi petroleum handling. So, first thing I want to mention, rare earth chain. The rare earth chain has had its byproduct frequency and amounts reduced. I am going to assume that, well, it did actually have a lot of byproducts to begin with that you had to deal with in some way. Copper plates, uranium ore, I think even like iron ore in there. So that there was some interesting byproducts that have been reduced in frequency and amount. But I think this might be in preparation for some other method of getting rare earth being added at some point. Maybe. That is just my current speculation, is that these byproducts were reduced to help offset an impending increase to the amount of rare earth that you're probably going to be able to get going forward. But we shall see about that if that happens. The other major change is that Pi Petroleum Handling has added belt rubber belt based recipes for red transport belts and blue transport belts. So just like the yellows, there is now a recipe for the red belts and the blue belts to give 15 of them at a reduced cost to the small parts that they need, as well as the like steel stuff that they need. For the red belts, that means less stainless steel, as well as less advanced small parts per 15 units. It's actually a big decrease in the amount of advanced small parts. I'm going to switch over here now to the actual full screen game as soon as we finish loading. I did do a little bit off screen to talk about going into today, but the very first thing that I need to do is run that script. That is the very first thing, and then I will save over that. So that will unlock the well, it should unlock the red belt recipe in high petroleum handling and the blue. So now we can see that we have a recipe here that is 10 rubber belts with 15 transport belts and 7 advanced small parts and 20 stainless steel. Normally, to make 15 fast transport belts, this would be 30 each of advanced small parts and stainless steel. So you can see that this is a pretty massive savings, over 50% savings on the advanced small parts. It's more than halved it, and it's reduced the stainless steel by a third, which is fantastic. Similarly, I haven't really looked at the yellow belts yet, but I am assuming that it is a similar situation on the blue belts. It's probably one super alloy and 2 super steel. It's 5 super. Whoa, okay. 5 per express transport belt and 1 super alloy and 4 special small parts. So that is an even bigger savings on super steel in particular on the blue belt recipe. It goes from 5 by 15 or 75 units all the way down to 20, and it goes from 4 by 15 or 60 special small parts down to 7, and of course from 15 super alloy down to 5. That is really good. That might be further tweaked, because that is really good. Not an understatement there. That is really good. This is going to be this recipe now, and we'll start requesting belt. I should theoretically have belt. Yeah, I theoretically have a little bit of belt. Yeah, I have some belt. There's some belt there, and then this will of course be replaced with that. Not currently doing this though, because I don't have super steel, I don't have special small parts, and I don't have super alloy yet. So off screen, I did a little bit. Off screen, I set up steel on the molten line. Remember last time I got up through high-grade iron processing and started making molten out of the high-grade? Well, now I've added a lot of steel. I had to add a little bit more oxygen to feed all of this, so I did so. And I set the casting unit for iron, so now I have iron, and now I have some steel going. And for now, I've set up the thingies for stainless steel, and I put a machine down for super steel, but that's going to take a little bit of time because I need to do vanadium to do super steel in particular. Now, the stainless steel, unfortunately, is not going to move much. It's not going to move much, primarily because I don't have phosphate rocks on my network yet. I don't have phosphate rocks on my network. And at my current tech level, I can't get them from a non-renewable, or from a renewable source. I cannot get them renewably yet. Not until Purple Science can I get phosphate rocks from this recipe, because I cannot make the bioreactor until nanotech, which is a Purple Science. So that's gonna take a little bit. I should absolutely have collagen. Let's see, this is 4 every 5 seconds for... for 2 collagen per second. Wow. Yeah, this isn't a very good recipe. Let's be clear about that. Yeah, 2 collagen per second for a little under 1 phosphate rock. For reference, my shenaniganry with the collagen here is only producing like a little over 10 total. Or capable of producing only a little over 10 total on that shenaniganry. So, while it is possible, the actual utility of that is quite low. Or the viability of that, the amount of space it will take is a little huge. Like, just a little huge. Especially for the amount of phosphate rocks that this needs. I think it's like 3.33 units per second. So, yeah, that's... Yeah, I don't feel like spending 8 collagen a second to feed that. For the phosphate rocks. So, ultimately, I think we're going to be pretty forced into actually tapping some phosphate. Preferably ones that are incredibly resource dense for this. Now, of course, the closest patches are right here on the phosphates. I am mining phosphates down here. I actually need to move a couple of these because I've mined myself out down there. Although they are pretty not resource dense at all. If I wanted to tap the big remains, I would most likely need to have mega drill heads, which... Yeah, that's not happening. That's not happening, no. That will not be a thing. I've got more phosphate rocks over here, regular-sized ones. Let's see, all that's salt. There's the patch. Oh, yeah, that's the patch. That's a winner right there. Oh, yeah, even closer. That's another winner. Oh boy. Yeah, that's... Oh, yeah, those not so dense, but these, yeah, this, and this. Those are the phosphate winners. The only problem with phosphate is that it is, I think, syngas? It is syngas to mine those. For now, though, what I think I want to do is actually route this from down here up onto my network somewhere up here, if not just brought over and up. But it's like, oh god, that's a lot of belt. It would be easier to just tap these, I think, so I will absolutely do that. Now, on top of setting that up, what I've also done is I have placed two of my little power generation setups. Now, these power generation setups are capable of producing upwards of a bit over 400 megawatts each. Just because we are sitting at 1.5-ish gigawatts, which the base is only capable of about 2 normally, 2 gigawatts. So this will give me about up to 2.8. So we've got a little bit more time for this. Looks like I need to have more combustion turbines made for this. Also some more Mark II electrolyzers for this, and all of the efficiency modules and red belts, of course, to actually get this moving. But otherwise, once it's moving, it'll be an extra 800 or so capable. Do I want to, like, make this keep moving, or just not worry about it? I think I'm not going to worry about it. So, what is the agenda? So the actual overall agenda today will be moving on and working towards what I need to get particle acceleration going. So ultimately, the plan now, the plan is getting the super steel moving. That is the current plan, is to get super steel moving. But to do that, I'm going to need diamonds, vanadium, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Actually, I don't technically need the diamonds, but since I'm going to be setting up particle acceleration anyway for the molybdenum plates for the super steel, as well as for the vanadium for the super steel, I may as well scale it incredibly hugely to do the diamonds through particle acceleration. I will note, however, diamonds are just a pain in the rear. Kimberlite, the actual chain for Kimberlite, yeah, it's fine in the end. It's a lot of... There's like 3 geometric series in it that massively bloats the internal intermediates and the number of machines that are needed. It's been slightly buffed to reduce the machine count a bit overall, but you're still... That was just a speed change, not a not like a numbers in intermediates change. So you're still having to move. Like if you're trying to, if I were to tap this entire ore patch, I would have, I think, at least a 15 per second in on Kimberlite, a yellow belt in. Thing is, a yellow belt in of Kimberlite, the intermediates are like higher than a red belt of some of the intermediate stages. You're going to have to be moving a ton of stuff in the intermediates. Is my to-do list updated? No, not really. I've already done that. Alright, the more carbonyl sulfide will be a thing, but the task... Ultimately, what I'm going to say is that the task is going to be Rayon at scale today. But ultimately, we're working on... we're working on crystallographic substrate. That's what we're actually working on. But I need the rayon for it. So crystallographic substrate will require nichrome, rayon, cermets, and propene. I am going to get the propene probably through actually, can I get it through Tholins? Propene! What is propene at scale going to look like? Oh yeah, particle accelerator. Okay. Yeah, Tholins exist. Otherwise, lead, syngas, and steam. Tholins! Yeah, Tholins! Tholins! Yeah, Tholins. Tholins are great. Tholins are awesome. Yeah, propene Tholins. It's the Cermet that are going to be a little bit of a pain, the Nichrome that is also going to be a little bit of a pain. Um, and the Rayon is going to be like the biggest of the pains in the rear for this. Cermets, they use nickel ore and molybdenum ore for the crude Cermets. Like, the actual crude to Cermet recipe, yeah, that's free. But the actual crude Cermets, it's like, oh hey, ceramic, which free, but also nickel, also free through not ground boring, and I will set up not ground bored nickel, and that will be just fine. The molybdenum, though, oh boy, alright. So that's going to need drilling fluid 3 and gasoline at scale. Which gasoline... Yeah, that's the recipe. Yeah, that's the recipe to use. Oh yeah, that's hands down. Hands down. Yeah, F this recipe. Screw this recipe. This is where it's at, right here. This is good. Why is this good? This is good because Nextlit is just tailings. I can get as much tailings as I want. Olefins, similarly, can be made right out of biotic-based aromatics. Light oil comes straight from tar, which again is breaking down coal from mushrooms. Unless you feel like spending iron and getting lots of stone, in which case then you can do stone-based tar. Anyway, and then hydrogen is free. So yeah, this is the recipe for that. But today, I'm assuming only today will be the Rayon at scale, which Rayon will be useful for some other stuff as well. However, starting up, I do want to bring up some phosphate stuff, and to set up the Rayon in the first place, I probably don't have... Yeah, I don't actually have any centrifuges. Did I bring up my... Oh, I'm not seeing it. Oh gosh. Why? I need to bring up my... Oh, I do! Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God I brought the concrete up. Oh boy, that was going to be a massive problem. Because I need these. I need these. I need lots of these. Like, not joking. I'm gonna need like 200 of these. Or more. Why did I place this such that I can't just direct feed from here? I do not know. But I am going to do exactly that. Yeah. Do that. Grab the concrete. Don't bring the concrete. Bring me small parts, engine units, and then the steel. I should have steel. Have some steel. Have some steel. Alright. So that'll be those going. 200 centrifuges? Yeah. So the thing about the centrifuges, in regards to Rayon is they are required to make fiber from raw fiber. They'll also give a little bit, just a little bit of organic matter as well that I'll have to deal with in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, let's just say like my plans on the Rayon are quite large. I'm gonna need like, I don't know, at least 10 units per second on the Rayon, if not more. And yeah, that is a not zero amount of stuff. Why do you not have sufficient amounts of nitrobenzene? Don't know. What I do know is that this actual process is, like, somewhat pointless. Wait a minute. Why? Hold up. Hold on. Better. Yeah. Oh, no. No. This is maybe a problem at some point. I don't know. Okay, let's bring up the, or let's do something about the phosphate rocks. I do want the phosphate rocks. Next. I could bring them, like, shove what I have all the way up here, but that... No, that's not gonna be a thing. What do I need to actually make the phosphate mines, if I remember what tab they're in? Phosphate mines, that's the big mine. Where's the actual phosphate mine? Here. Under Pi High Tech. Yeah, I'm just gonna set these to automate and come back to it later. I'm gonna set these to automate somewhere. I am sort of running out of some space here on my mall. Place the thing. Phosphate mine, yeah. I'm assuming I'm not currently doing phosphate mine? Yeah. Currently do not have the phosphate mines. Oh hey, it's drains on my soil extractors and even my automated factory Mark 1s. Oh boy. All the Mark 1 stuff. Oh god, that's a lot. Yeah, don't suck that many circuits and that much iron, please. And definitely only keep like 2 stacks at a time of that. I'll rarely need it, but I need it now, is the problem. So the biggest annoyance on Rayon, there's some annoyances, but perhaps the biggest annoyance is the fiber, because it must be done in centrifuges, and just the amount of fiber that you need to make it. Now, you're going to need fiber for microfiber too, so it does make sense to have some fiber set up, which is why, off-screen, I have designed a little 2x2 for both the fiber and for the urea. Belt-based, if I can find it here. So, say hello. Where do I want to put this? Oh boy. Oh boy. Big questions. Where the hell am I going to put this? Next. Oh gosh. Do I want to put it here? Or here? This has water. Hmm. Don't want to cover that kimberlite. I might be tapping that kimberlite soon. But over here, it's like we're getting a little bit far away. Alright, it's... I'm using these. You're gonna go... right in here. Just like so. So this is 34 productivity moduled centrifuges making fiber. Making fiber and the organic matter that needs... Actually, I should have put a active provider there, but oh well. Problem is, right now, I'm also quite short on my Logibots. My Logibots are quite busy. They are quite busy right now. I need to design in a way that reduces the overall stress on the system. That was another thing that I was going to do. By the way, with my remaining stuff here, take those, you need them. I was going to start increasing my output on these guys. So you are currently fully belt-based, and you are limited by the actual amount of belts. Okay. Oh, hey, it's belts. Yeah, let's do the thing with belt from Pi Petroleum Handling. Yeah, let's make sure you have some belt to get going. You're also going to need eventually some steel. In fact, I may as well just like do that. Request everything, please, in higher amounts. That will get this going, which will also get this going a little bit faster, although you are also going to... Oh, you already are requesting via box, which is great. That is fantastic. You are requesting via box, and this is feeding right into this. As... Yeah, that's right. I'm no longer actually doing anything here. I'm not using these, I'm using these. Ooh, pretty Mark II Constructobots. Glorious Mark II Constructobots. Thanks to my bot recaller mod. That's pulling the bots off the network to feed into this. Until eventually there are no more, and they are all upgraded into the Mark II Constructo bots. Okay. What is next? That should increase the rate of production here. Now, I should have more steel definitely being made out of this up here. As we can see. Steel! It's lots of steel. The only real issue being, hey, I have 0 Logibots, so this is gonna still take a while. By the way, this would be highly convenient if I could do this. Just saying. Otherwise, I think just speed is going to be, much desired. Much desired. Want all the speed on these. Must have more Logibots. Must have more. I think my limit is, yeah, 50,000 is how many I want, and I have 17k now. Probably by the time I have 50,000, I'm going to be wanting like 200,000 or a million. We shall see. So that will help a bit on the numbers of Logibots. Hopefully I'll have a few hundred more, if not break 18 grand in this stream. That would be great. Let's see, moving right along. This up here is going. See, I've got some centrifuges made. Excellent, excellent. I've got the kickouts. I've even got... So I took my belt-based sand from this blueprint down here. I took one of these lines because I know that one of these lines is 30 out. When fully built, it is a full 30 out. By the way, I'm like full on my drilling fluid 1 again. Oh yeah, and off screen I sort of plopped down additional drill head production up here to help with the feeding of the stuff here. Because I sort of need them. Also, what? Huh. Why? Oh, yeah, that would help. That would help if my bots weren't, like, all being used. Yeah, this is another reason why I need to get up to, Purple Science. Because Purple Science... Yeah, Purple Science is going to give me access not only to the cargo size, ideally. Where's... Yeah, oh. Really? I wanted you to be Purple Science, not Yellow. Why do you have to be Yellow Science? Why do you need to be Yellow Science for level 3, 4, 5, and 6 through Infinity for the Space Science? Why is there no Purple Science? Oh, I need speed! I need speed! Oh gosh. Alright, well, either way, this will help on the path to the, Mark II Logibots, at the very least, as soon as I get access to Super Steel. It shall all be better. Also, why are you not in a passive provider warehouse? Like, that seems obvious. Why are these not passive provider warehouses? That would be, like, the thing to do, right? Especially since I know I'm making passive provider warehouses, like, right over here. Like, come on. This much is obvious. I need to use these. Granted, I'm currently using all 4 lines for this, making coal gas. That is making coal gas, yes, yes, and, like, little bit of heavy oil for some strange reason. Anyway, yeah, you. Hey. Mr. 400,000 units of coal just sitting around. doing absolutely nothing. So let us design. Today is a design day. I designed the fiber with ammonia section off screen. Note that it feeds precisely 10 pulp mills making Rayon with productivity modules installed. Mark 1 productivity modules. Where even is you? Pulp mill. Bring me my pulp mills, please. At earliest convenience, Mr. 17,000 Logibots. All working. Might do the propene down here with everything else. I mean, let's see, we've got Tholen acetone. I need more chlorine as well, because I need to double this production. So the issue here is that this dang lubricant line needs to move over some. Like, exactly one tile. I need you, like, at least one tile over, if you would please. Should have done this from the very beginning, but... Oh. Oh. Da da da. Well, this is the thing. Okay, now you're not going to be blocking me. This means that I can fill this gap, but screw it. Ba-bum. Please. Oh. Yeah, so you are gonna work fine doing that. And then da-da. Da-da. Why don't I just do a little bit of that? Uh-oh. That was not a copy. That was a cut. Not a copy. This is fine. This is fine. Oh, I didn't actually get the, efficiency modules. Oh well. On a few of these. On the ends. That's fine. So, I have a few Tholen atmospheric extractors now. Planned out and placed. Just, you know, just a few. Just 182 Tholen atmospheric extractor Mark II versions. Just, you know, 182 of the things, yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be great. Right, kitty? He's sleeping. He's just sleeping next to me. Yeah. 182, that's not a lot, right? It's just a 2x2. It's just a 2x2 grid. Full of Tholen atmospheric extractors. Gonna get crazy, I think, as the time progresses. So yeah, let us see. The next thing I need to design from scratch is going to be the whole setup for the heck is it called again? It's already slipped my mind. The stupid carbide stuff or whatever. That fluid, that stupid fluid in the lead line, the lead processing. Uh, carbonyl sulfide. Yeah, that's it. Carbonyl sulfide. That is the one that needs to be done at scale next for the Rayon. Because I needs my Rayon. I needs it. I needs it greatly. Oh yeah, this needs to be started. So this is what happens for starting this. Ooh, interesting. I could do that. I'm not going to do that. This needs to be started by doing this. Once it starts making the carbon dioxide after this first cycle here, I can switch it back to the other recipe. And everything will be great. Oh, I apparently have red belts again. Thank you, Pyanodon, so much for that brand new recipe to make red belts. It is, very effective. Oh, you, right. This needs to change because you need to be... That was silly of me. That was silly of me. You need to be one of those. Oh, that's convenient. They're actually doing the thing. Yeah, that's highly convenient. Thank you for the lamps. Hint, I'm doing the lamp recipe on the kickalks. I'm doing lamp, sand, clay, water, CO2 on these kickalk plantations. It should be enough to feed all the things. You there. So yeah, 32? 34. That is 10 on the fiber, 15 on the organic matter. So definitely have the red belt out here for this. It's 23.8 in, which I do have like 32 of these. Yeah, 32 of these, so it's more than enough when all these have their productivity modules in to fully feed. Huzzah! It's a thing. And then the little bit of urea here as well, so it's a 1.8 plus what the other thing, so that's why there's 32 here. Strangely, you know, there's only 2 recipes for urea in these og paddocks. It's only mushrooms and raw fiber, or just mushrooms. There's no other recipe. And then the one with the raw fiber, of course, is like amazing. So, yeah, that's why there's only 3 here, even though this is going to totally feed a line of 10. That is absolutely not how those go. Did I not have... I think I had... Did I? Oh, I'm not seeing... No, I don't think I brought it over. Crap. That would have been convenient. Alright. Well, anyway. Place it down, set the Rayon recipe, and then build the pipes. Build the pipes. So, carbonyl sulfide is what I will be doing at scale next. I do, of course, need 10 of these. And they all need my productivity modules. Yeah. So 10 will be 3.87. Remember what I said about wanting, like, 10? This will be 3.87 out for 10. Yeah, let's just say I'm gonna be doing, like... Yeah. Yeah, times 4. So once I set up the 10, I'll be, you know, placing, 3 additional 2x2s of this down. And then what's 34 by 4? Just, you know, casually 136. Just for that much. So it's not actually 200 centrifuges, but still, it's over 100 centrifuges that I need for this. Anyway, this actually does give me the 10 fiber that I need on this line next door, as well as the 6.67. It's actually 7.5 on the urea. And conveniently, the belts work out here. They actually work just fine. Not going to be sharing a belt between these. Or I could. I could share the belt on a set of 10. Yeah, I can share a red belt on the fiber and the urea. And then just have a second belt in on the sodium carbonate. Yeah, that'll work. Da, 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 da. And that shall be that. Oh, I guess I can stop requesting those. Kill that. Oh, right. So the way the spacing here is going to work... Yeah, the way the spacing here is going to work is I am going to need that on the outside. Then I'm going to have these on the inside, every other. And just one latching on, giving it power. And of course, the actual belt drawn in like so. Ah, right. You there. So, carbonyl sulfide and sodium carbonate. I think these go together. I'm pretty sure that these go together. they are interrelated, and I'm probably going to use the rest of the space in here for this. The ammonia and the sulfuric acid will need to be done in another thingy. But I think I can fit this carbonyl sulfide in here. It's only 80, only, quote-unquote, 83 and a third. No, it's only 33 and a third that I need of this. I need my high-pressure furnaces, because that's where the carbonyl sulfide is ultimately made. Carbonyl sulfide. Propene! Hey, it's our good friend the propene again. So, yeah, that's gonna be Tholen propene, I think. Coal and sulfur. Okay. I will do coal locally. And then what I'm going to probably do, actually, is make enough of the coal to not have to have this logistic request here for coke. And that will vastly reduce the amount of robots required for this. And I will probably also do the sulfur locally. Now, the sulfur, we've got options. There are options. Yes, lots of options to do this. The question is, what are the options to do this without robots? Yeah, that's not happening. Alright, making molybdenum trioxide actually gives you a little sulfur. I forgot about that. Well, clearly we've got acid gas, and we've got the lubricant recipe from aromatics. We've got the standard petroleum. Now, I can get petroleum from olefins and CO2, but I can also get it from aromatics and hydrogen. Remember that I'm trying to build this in a way that will be fully self-sustaining, which sort of precludes this, although I could feed in the organic matter for this. The issue is the refined syngas. Unless I pipe it in from elsewhere. Otherwise, I would have to set up quite a few mushrooms, as well as a bit of Relesia. Now, the Relesia is only done through soil and hydrogen. That should be fine. That'll make the aromatics, which will make the petroleum, which will make the sulfur. Question is what the scale of that will look like, and if it can all fit in a 2x2 for the amount of carbonyl sulfide that I need. So if I place this down and have a look at carbonyl sulfide with... I need more efficiency modules. Gripes. Alright. 33 and a third, right? Yeah. So 8 with the efficiency modules. 4.8 and 2.4. Okay. Coal from mushrooms. I forget. Can I do that? I can if I really wanted to. I don't really see the point unless I really need to save the space. But yeah, that's... Clearly one can feed all 8 of these on the coal. Let's see, this is up to... 750 per second. Interesting. 18. 450 per second. So 450... I forget the energy math on this. It's... Let's see, 450 over 60, 7.5 by 1.8 is 13.5 megawatts. Or megajoules per second. Coal has a fuel value of 4. Coal has a fuel value of 4. So if I divide by 4, that's 3.375. 6 minus 2.4 minus 3.375 leaves a whole 0.225 remaining, so I need to feed this entirely. And that will solve that. That gives me a much better idea of how many mushroom plantations I'm going to need. I should request those, by the way. Where are they? Oh, hi. Right, so... Mark 2, 3, and 4 mushroom plantations, they technically exist, but they also simultaneously do not exist. They do not exist. At all. Thank you for the things. Let's actually clear some of this stuff from my inventory that I don't need anymore. Not like there's a lot that I don't need anymore, but... Oh, I probably want those. And those chem plants. Okay, that gives me a much better idea. So 4.8 on the sulfur. Alright, so what... so the chemical plant makes the sulfur out of the petroleum. This is actually the vanilla sulfur recipe. Just for reference, this is vanilla now. We're playing as vanilla. Is it really gonna be worth the efficiency or the productivity modules? It should be. Anyway, so see, this is gonna be the problem, is I'm gonna be doing this. See, 4.8. 4.8. 4. 2, 3, 4. And this is 8. Okay, 66 petroleum gas. 66. And then what is the building for the petroleum gas from... What was the recipe again? Aromatics and hydrogen. There's also the olefins and CO2 to give you petroleum and light oil, and you can crack the light oil into more petroleum, but this is the better option. It is done in a reformer. Okay, reformer Mark IIs. Bring me those. I already am automating them, which is awesome. Let's start getting an idea of how many mushroom farms I'm going to be needing. Not 42. 7.5 for just the coal. And then once the reformers come in, I'll get a better idea of exactly how much I need. 22 is a good indicator. Actually, you know what? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? 7? Why would I have... Anyway. Okay, something new then. Yeah. Aw, poor kitty. I hear my kitty. Kitty's in pain. Anyway. In case you didn't know, the cat is incredibly ill. And there's nothing we can do about it. Not much you can do about growths in the intestinal region. Masses in the intestinal region causing inflammation. Besides, give the medicine and whatever happens, happens. There's that. That gets... do I want that? Or do I want... So this means more belt. But if I were to reverse this... This would mean less belt. And this is, by the way, 20. So we shall see if I need to extend out to full 22. I'm capped at 22 before needing to do additional water supplies. Have I gotten the reformers yet? Of course not. Bring me the stupid reformers. Oh, I guess if I ever stood in that dead center, that would keep resetting things. Bring me my reformers. I need them. I need them a lot. Good old Rayon at scale. Good old Rayon. There we go. There's the reformers. The Giganto reformers! By the way, how they doing at building up Tholins? Oh, that's... Phew, that's, pretty good. I think they've handled it just fine. There's only a few left. There's only a few left on the Tholin plants. Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of my dudes are flying around delivering sand into these classifiers. That will be a pain in the rear end to belt, but I should probably be belting it. Like, I should probably belt the sand. Yeah, I should probably belt the sand in. That sounds like a much better idea. Anyway, you produce petroleum. How much petroleum do you produce from aromatics? Not enough, most likely. Am I carrying around? I am not carrying around gasifiers. What in the world are you smoking, game? I need my gasifiers. I need my gasifiers. Let's see. So yeah, 66. That's a little bit more than just one of these. 66. That means 66 aromatics. That is less than a single machine's worth of output from a biotic-based thing. So that is fine. Since I'm going to be needing the hydrogen anyway for the Relesia, that's also another thing I need to request, is good old Relesia plantations. Get those coming to me. I will place down 2. I don't think I can do productivity in here, but I could potentially do speed if I really wanted to. 2 speed modules would mean that I don't need to have a second one of these machines, but I think I'll be fine on the space requirement overall here. This is actually going to be a lot smaller than I originally anticipated, I think, for feeding the carbonyl sulfide. The only thing is I'm going to be needing the propene, the Tholin plants for the propene, as I am holding onto Tholin plants. I can just pipe in the atmospheric extractors, I think. Alright, so propene. How much per extractor do you end up with? 6.67. I need 36. That's 6 at 100 per second. Actually, I'll reverse these. 100 tholins per second for that. I'm making like over 900. Over 900 tholins per second? Yeah, that's great. Let's see. Oh, right. Yeah, that there, that there. No, that there, and then that there. Better. Do, 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 do. And I'll have my water supply sitting pretty right there. Let's see. So that will be the sulfur. I will just belt it. You stole my thing. Stupid bots. Stupid bots stole my stuff. And you need the coal. I will run the coal. Let's see, you are... Yeah, one thingy here is fine. This could actually go like that. Yeah, this can go like that. That will be fine. Let's see, do I have a... Yeah, that... There we go. I have a notification saying that I have hit above 3 average viewers. Yay! Yay, I have hit above 3 on the average viewer count. Which means I qualify, I guess, for the affiliate status. So we shall see... Well, we shall see by the end of this stream if I'm still over 3, and if I can get... If I have that, like, automatically set up so that I can actually do the stuff for it. Hey, thank you for the follow. Senard 2012. I think I have officially gotten all of the requirements now to be an affiliate, a Twitch affiliate. So that is a thing. That is a thing. It is celebration times. Once I think next stream will be like the big party, I guess, for the affiliate status. Ideally, that would be the time. Oh, I need to think about my inserters first before placing down the power. Always think about inserters first. Been watching my Angel Bob's space extension. Yeah, that Angels playthrough was a thing, although I will say at the end I did sort of skip like the last 10 hours of just copy and pasting to spare people watching 10 hours of copy and pasting to get through space extension. So yeah, between the second to last episode and the last episode, there's like a gap. I review what I did for the last stream on that one, but otherwise I just wanted it done because I got to the point where it's like, okay, I've sort of done everything now. I've launched dozens and dozens, if not hundreds of rockets at that point, over 100 rockets, and it's like, okay, well, I need a lot of science. So it just ended up being a lot of copy and pasting. A lot of copy and pasting of really dumb looking beacon shenaniganry. So, yeah, either way, let's just say there's somewhat fair reason why I am playing Pyanodons. Why I like Pyanodons a little bit more than I do the Angels playthrough currently, or the just Angels in general. It's fine. I think Angels has a better overall curve to it, balance curve. It's way too much aluminium. Way too much aluminium in the end game. Like, way too much aluminium in the end game that you need. But, yeah. That's like one of my biggest complaints, by the way, about Angels is A, sodium hydroxide, and B, aluminium plates. For low density structures, like let me clarify. The low density structures require way too many aluminium plates. For the purpose. Yeah, Paimons are great. In testing right now is the latest updated version of the Pi-Coal Touchspine Angel as well that lets you play with Pi and Bobs and Angels. But yeah, let's say that is in testing for a reason, shall we say. And it is not currently particularly viable for an actual playthrough. It has a lot of bugs after going through a complete rewrite currently. Now, you can't even imagine the mod combo. Actually, for just future reference, playing with angels and bobs and Pyanodons is actually easier than just Pyanodons. And the reason for that is that between the two, there are easier ways of doing several things that are harder in any one individually. Where am I going to route this? Probably down beneath. Now, part of Pike Hole Touched by an Angel is that it's going to address this to help even out the balance curve on it, or at least bring some degree of balance to it, because as it stands, it is significantly easier than base Pyanodons. So there will be eventually some things that are disabled, some processes that are disabled, in favor of the more difficult processes. But think things like, oh, I don't know, early game access to the various iron and copper, like the Angel's process of converting into iron plates, the sapphirite and the stereotyte into iron and copper is significantly more efficient than base Pyanodon's conversion of iron ore into plates in stone furnaces. For example, so you will end up with a lot more early game iron and copper plates, as well as lead and tin in the early game without needing the like acetylene based tin, or not tin, but acetylene based lead, or the steam based tin to get your tin, because you start off the game by being able to directly process bobmonium into tin and rubite into lead. You just start the game with that in the current state of the Pike Hole Touched by an Angel mod. And then, on top of all that, it adds in options for the infinite resources, which, as we know, fairly recently, when vanilla changed how it handles mining of infinite resources, means that, yeah, you've got 2 mining drills giving you a full belt of whatever you want of ore on the infinite ore settings. So yeah, it can become trivial with using infinite ore like that. Anyway, I am getting ever so slightly distracted. I need to pull in as well my electrolyzers. But yeah, it's easier, to say the least, than the just Pyanodons mod suite. Oh, hey, I've actually got some on me. That is excellent. I need to get specifically the hydrogen from this. We shall see how much the Relesia will take. How much Relesia do I need? That is the other question. That is my other question. How much Relesia will I need? I need my gasifier, gasifier, gasifier. You! Hello, you. A single gasifier doing Relesia and Falgi-based aromatics will be good for this. Yeah, that's a lot of Falgi, but let's ignore that for now. Relesia, 3.57 feeds this. How much? Let's actually do the math here. I said I needed like 75 petroleum. 66 petroleum. Okay, 66. That means 66 aromatics. So Oh, let's see. 3.57 divided by 142.86 times 66 is 1.65, approximately. So that will be 5 Releasias. Five Releasias. I will improve the spacing of this over time. So 5 Releasias, 6 soil, 58 hydrogen. Yes, I will need a second. Excuse me, a second electrolyzer, and that will be enough of the Releasia. Now let's do this same math for the mushrooms. 14.29 over 142.86 times 66. That's 6.6 per second. Now, what I have here is a 10.56. And that's 7.5. So 10.56 minus 7.5. That's 3, not 6.6. Oh well. And that's out of 22. 6.6 plus 7.5 is 14. 30. Alright, so I will extend this by 5. And that will be 30. That is less than a yellow belt, but it is 2 sources of water. And the reason why I'm putting that there is so that I can do this. Okay, and then I'll probably, like, cut the whole thing and shift it around somewhere. We shall see. Alright, so that will be the mushrooms I need to feed into this, as well as the Releasia to feed into this. I will need some soil extractors next. Soil extractors. One soil extractor, I think, is fine. I'm pretty sure that's one soil extractor. I think one Mark II soil extractor is 7.2 on the total output. So many bots carrying sand, yes. Yes, there are a lot of robots carrying sand. I apparently have 18,162 Logibots now, so we've grown by over 300. Actually, over 400 today so far, something like that. After I improved my production of the Logibots. Yeah, but, like, think each of these classifiers is 40 sand, and we've got 24. 960 sand per second. 960 sand per second that they're trying to move. I'm not making that much quite yet. Not until all of the soil extractors have been placed here. But yeah, that is an issue. That is an issue that I am probably going to solve by just demolishing all 6 of these and replacing them with these right here, and probably just sticking a classifier at the end of each of the lines and doing direct feed, not quite 40 per second in, but 30 per second in on each of the classifiers, and just have more classifiers in the end. It's a significant amount on the outputs too, but it's significantly less on the outputs than the sand input, and that will ultimately free up, shall we say, a big section of my robots. So that will help. I will, however, do that after setting up this Rayon. I want to do this Rayon, but I will need to bring up my Tholins, so I will do that now. Tholins will happen next, because I now have like over 900 Tholins that I'm making. Up to over 900 Tholins. It's over 900. Yeah. Yeah, it's a few. It's just a few Tholin plants. Plopped down. It's just a few. By the way, how's these looking? Better, but they need the red belts. Oh. Speaking of red belts. Red belts? Just a reminder for folks that have come in during the stream, red belts and blue belts now have improved recipes through Pi Petroleum Handling. They now have belt-based recipes, rubber belt-based recipes, if you're using Pi Petroleum Handling. That significantly reduces the amounts of the stainless steel and advanced small parts per unit of red belt, as well as the amounts of super alloy, super steel, and special small parts needed for the blue belts. Dramatic reduction. It is huge, the reduction overall on the blue belts in particular. That might change. But suffice it to say, it's less than half the amount of advanced small parts for 15 red belts now, compared to the standard recipe. However, in order to actually access these two new recipes, you will have to run a forced reset of the texts and recipes and such. So definitely bear that in mind. That is a thing. Cough, cough. Pyanodon. You need to actually have the recipes reset for people for this change. Don't know why it's not. Though I have noticed it. Oh, you're draining. Why are you... You're actually draining now. Why are you draining? What is your issue? Why are you not getting enough? Oh, hello. Right, that would help. Robots. Not enough robots delivering lamps into that. That's sad. Oh well. Oh wells. Oh wells that end wells. Is this free? I think this one's free. This line. This line that I can draw. Bring this up. This will give me my glorious propene. Oh boy, this is going to be silly. Just as point of reference. This is gonna be a little silly, by the way, like doing this just 10 Rayon. Just the 10 Rayon here. And I say that with good reason. Because we haven't gotten to the carbonate yet, or whatever the heck it is. Sodium carbonate. Oh no, not you. That's just carbonyl sulfide. The sodium carbonate at that scale. Now I have sodium carbonate at that scale. It's just, this is gonna be a lot. Oh boy. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, you know how I have this ammonia here? That's gonna feed into this, or this urea here that's gonna feed into this. Yeah, I'm gonna need even more than this. So I'm gonna need like even more kickalc plantations, like even more kickalc plantations. So that's gonna be a thing as well. You know, for the ammonia. The 33 ammonia that's gonna be needed. But that 3.3, I think I was clicked on one that doesn't have the productivity modules in it. That 3.3 sodium carbonate is gonna be pretty big. I'm not worried about the sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid's pretty free. But yeah, just also consider, however big it is, like, if this ends up being like into a third 2x2, just remember what I was saying about, I'm gonna have this times 4 total of this. So if this is like 3, that's gonna be 12 2x2s for Rayon. 12 2x2s to have 40 pulp mills going, making 15.47 Rayon. Why do I need that much? Oh, you'll see. Oh, you shall see. You shall see. It's mostly going to be used for crystallographic substrate, for proton receivers and proton donors. And that's going to be fun doing diamonds. Diamonds via renewable methods are very, 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 very space intensive. Very, very space intensive. Just from the amount of crap that you need. So this is 7.2. I'll do the loader, sure. Hello, kitty. Welcome back. Make sure that this has some power to it. Hook it up. Power. Water. Right. How many diamonds per second am I planning to produce from the crystallographics? Oh, let's just say that, it's a lot. Enough at the start for 1 purple science per second. Which, I can show you this. So, purple science. Where is it again? It's in fusion, right? Yeah, it's in fusion. Purple science, 1 per second-ish. I can do 0.38 over 1.13. That's 0.34. Coated containers, I think is the one. Coated containers. 0.34. That's a 1-to-1. Advanced coating. Here. So if I do productivity module here, which you can do. Oh, I need a Mark II for the extra productivity module. So, yeah. Yeah, so 0.34, if I do 1.75 over 0.19 times 0.34, that's 3.13 diamonds per second. 3.13 diamonds per second, which, for reference, is greater than the amount of diamonds you get from 15 per second kimberlite in on a kimberlite processing chain. Just A. That's first note is in order to even get that many diamonds to feed one purple science per second. Grand total, one purple science per second. You're already needing to have more than a yellow belt of kimberlite processing done if you're going the route of kimberlite. Or you need 3.13 produced via particle accelerators, which each cycle of the diamond particle accelerators is 20 proton donors versus most everything else, which are 2? It's 10 times more proton donors than most other processes. In fact, nearly every other process besides helium from hydrogen. Which I've said before, there is good reason for the amount of proton donors needed to make the helium, because you don't want... Because helium is used for fusion energy, and you don't want to have that as a potential feedback loop, or a loop there where you can actually make helium through particle acceleration, which is supposed to use a ton of power, being able to provide you with a ton of power. You don't want vast net positive power out of that, so it's made to be expensive because of that. But there is really no legitimate reason at all for diamonds to be 20 of the proton donors. I'm just, by the way, walking to the particle accelerator that exists so that I can show you. I'll probably pick it up and hold on to it once I get there. Just so that we're crystal clear on the crystallographic substrate requirements and the boron requirements, because this is proton donors that are needed for this. So diamonds. So we're looking at 3.13. Yeah, you know, just casually, like, 6 proton donors. Yeah. You know, just, like, 6 per second. Alright, 6.6 over 3.3 times 3.14. 6.28. Okay, 6.28. This is FP reactors as well. Well, okay. What if you productivity moduled? A, you can't productivity module particle accelerator recipes. That's first thing. You can't productivity module particle accelerator recipes. I think you used to be able to, but that has been removed. What you can do is particle accelerate the production of the proton donors, or not. Okay. Okay, and then I need like an FB reactor or something where I'm making those like nearby. The FB reactor is needed for the substrate. You guys. And it's also a 1-to-1 on the substrate to donors, so think of it this way. It's like, yeah, so can you? No. So no productivity modules here. None. None available. So yeah, 6.28. Okay, well, the first thing that should like be flashing red lights right now is, okay, 38 Mark II factories. 38 to make this much. 1-to-1 on the boron and the substrate. Also, bear in mind, 30% chance of getting your crystallographic substrate back. 30%. Let's compare. So it is 30% across the board. All right, I thought that was different, but it is 30% across the board. I thought that was higher. I honestly thought that was a little higher. But, all right, 30% to get your crystallographic substrate back. And you only get one. It's a 30% chance to get one back out of the 20 that you spend. What's the name of the mod that calculates production? It is the actual craft time mod, but be careful with the actual craft time mod. You need to do 2 changes in the code of the actual craft time mod in order for it to work properly, as well as work properly with Pyanodons, and for you to not have any crashes. There is one update that is required to it that will prevent a crash when you click on mining machines that are consuming fluids. So if you like try to click on a mining drill that's trying to mine tin or lead or something like that, across the board, anything that uses a fluid, it will crash, as well as specifically in Pyanodons with the Pyanodon pump jacks, there is a crash if you do not apply those fixes. In my tutorial of the mod overview, my mod overview tutorial, I do have that written down, what those updates are. So on my website, on the mod overview tutorial for Pyanodons, I specifically talk about actual craft time, and I have the actual code changes with what file that the code changes need to be made in, and what lines in those files that that specific code needs to replace. Just know there's 2 lines, line like 347 and 657, something like that. The 347 line is the one that fixes the pump jack crash, and the 657 something or other is the line that fixes the crash on clicking on mining drills that have fluids in it. And that's just because the actual craft time mod has not been updated in 4 months. That line 657 was a crash caused by a change in 17.64 that disallowed arrays of strings or something like that. Something along those lines related to arrays and strings got disallowed. So that had to change, and the author hasn't changed it yet. Anyway, so that's step 1. So 6.28. All right, well, 6.28. Just having a look here. 6.28. Yeah. So, hey, look, it's 63 FB reactors. 63 and 38. Yeah, that's a few. That's a few, and this is just for the diamonds to feed. 1 purple science per second. 1 purple science per second. So, yeah, if we have a look here at this crystallographic substrate, 6.3 or 6.28 Rayon. Like, really? Yeah. So, diamonds. Diamonds. Diamonds suck. They suck. Even if you're doing the regular kimberlite processing, you're going to need more than 15 per second of kimberlite ore in. And the massive amount of infrastructure and buildings needed to actually process the full chain of kimberlite. It's not bad. I'm gonna stress that right now. The actual kimberlite chain, if you build it out, it's not actually all that bad for the amount of outside inputs that need to be brought in, the amount of grease that you're using, for example. It's a little bit of a logistical issue, though, because of the just sheer amounts of intermediates that you have to deal with and they have to move around because of like 3 big geometric series that exist in that chain. It loops back on itself like 3 times, including at the very last step, actually making the diamonds loops back. So it's like, oh gosh, this is a lot. This is a lot of stuff on the just on the kimberlite. Like that's just on the not renewable kimberlite. Like seriously though, if kimberlite had a ground boring recipe, I would be doing that recipe hands down. I would not be doing the particle accelerator recipe. I would not even be considering doing the particle accelerator recipe. Diamond mines need super steel? That they do. That they do. Special small parts need super steel. And alloy, I think. Special small parts, wherefore art thou? No, not the alloy. They need the super steel. And a whole bunch of other stupid stuff. Yeah, that's a lot. I see Nexalit through the Nenbit matrix. Yeah, that's just a bit of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that's a bit of stuff. But yeah, if there was a ground boring recipe of some description for kimberlite, I would absolutely be doing that. In fact, I have been incredibly tempted to make a mod that adds kimberlite and rare earth, rare earth, and probably the regulites. So I don't think you can get calcinets either. 2 ground boring recipes. Just adding those as ground boring recipes between kimberlite, rare earth, and calcinets. I think that might be well desired, at least by me at this point. I want to see that added. I just don't know Pyanodon's intentions at this point, if that is going to be a thing that's being added. Considering that rare earth in particular just had the amounts of the byproducts reduced, that may be an indication of there potentially being some way of getting rare earth infinitely being added at some point soon. I don't know if it'll be with alien life or not, but but it says to me that there's probably going to be some sort of update there at some point, but we shall see. I might just make that particular mod anyway. That just adds ground boring for kimberlite and rare earth and calcinets. New recipe for red velts did not show up. Yes. In fact, I said this a little bit ago, a couple of times. You need to run this specific command in order to reset the recipes. This command is on the forums, by the way. Several places a while ago. Remember there was that whole time where there was the issue with the missing vanilla recipes? It's the same command. Just run that command to force reset texts and recipes and stuff, and oops, hit the mic there. And it should appear after doing that. It should appear. They should appear, both the blue and the red. That was one of the first things that I noticed after that patch was added. That change was made. So yeah, this is why I'm working on getting over 10 units per second of Rayon. Because over 6 of it is going to be used on just diamonds. You need 10 times less for doing other processes. For things like the molybdenum plates and the vanadium. It's crazy. And then, of course, the vanadium out of chromium isn't even proton donors, it's proton receivers, which is just sulfur rather than boron. So think of it this way. Not only do I need 6.28 of the rayon, I need 6.28 of the boron as well for this. And, ooh, hey, free inserters. Thanks. And everything else. What was the other stuff here on the crystallographic? Yeah, it's 6.28 cermet as well as 6.28 nichrome. Do you realize how expensive nichrome is? Like, nichrome is insane. Insanely expensive. 6.28 of that is a lot. Like, in order to actually get the amount of diamonds that I need, I will have to do high-grade chromium. Like, there is no other option besides going up the route of doing high-grade chromium processing to have enough chrome, as well as potentially also going up the route of doing the high-grade nickel to get the extra amounts of molten nickel to just feed the nichrome that I will need for this. And then that's not even speaking to the cermets either. The amount of molybdenum ore that will be needed for cermets will also be pretty high in comparison, and that's going to be drilled with drilling fluid 3, which is even more chromium out of the drilling fluid 3 versus 2. Because fluid 3 is everything involved in drilling fluid 2 plus chromium. But propene will... That's Tholins. I'll do Tholin-based propene. That'll be fine. It's just... And then the other thing with cermets, the crude cermets, besides molybdenum, is the nickel. I'm not as concerned about the nickel, because there is totally a recipe to get nickel from tar. That is much better than doing ground boring with drilling fluid 2 for nickel. Like, tar is significantly better to use than drilling fluid 2. Just as a point of reference, you know, like... $180 zip year just to feed collagen. Like, any time I can not spend collagen, that'd be great. The heck is Rayon, anyway? Well, Rayon is an item that is often used in batteries. You've probably heard of Rayon batteries. Maybe. Rayon. Is a type of fiber, apparently. Fabric made from purified cellulose fibers. Typically created from wood pulp. Ha! Ha, here we go. Hey, Pyanodon, yeah, I get it. It's made out of fibers, but it's made out of wood fibers, not like wheat fibers. Maybe consider less than 1 per second on the purple science. Nah. Nah. There is a person on the Pyanodon's community map Discord who is building a base around 5 science per second. 5 per second. Yeah. If you thought 1 was a lot, try 5. Oh, and then this, by the way, diamonds. Yeah, so they're not just used for purple science. See, they're used for these things. They're sort of known as circuits. So industrial diamonds are going to be used. These are used in utility science. So they're going to be used for both purple and yellow science. Just to wrap your heads around that. But also, condo cores. Yeah, these guys. These are an item used in intelligent units, which are circuit 4s. Intelligent units are circuit 4s. Again, needed for yellow science. For the utility science. As well as, you know, like all the Mark IV stuff in existence, as well as da-da-da, T3 robots. I think I'm going to need some diamonds. Pyanodon literally said the other day in that Discord that you don't need that many diamonds. He's like, oh, but you don't really need that many diamonds. Like, yes, you do. Yes, you do need that many diamonds. It's actually a lot higher than you might think on the amount of diamonds. And that's just not even considering the fact that you need diamonds for mega drill heads. So if you ever do want to tap any of those resource rocks on the map, you're going to need mega drill heads for them as well, which, hey, that's super alloy, diamonds, and helium for that. Oh, look, and also, hey, look, diamonds, space science, so purple, yellow, and white space science. You need diamonds for. As well as some fusion products or items that you need in the fusion recipes. All of these are just fusion stuff. This one's purple science. This one is Mark IV stuff, as well as the fusion recipes on the wall shield. So yeah, advanced coating, wall shields, condo cores, nano-electrical mechanical systems, and nitrogen vacancy centers. These 5 are going to be needed in really large amounts, and that's going to be requiring a lot of diamonds in the end as you get into yellow science, and there's just no It would be one thing if there was a better process of getting diamonds after getting purple science, or as you get yellow science, but there's not. There's no other real alternative on diamonds than these two methods. And it's just a lot of proton donors, so that's why I'm saying A, give a way of getting kimberlite at minimum. At minimum, give me ground boring of kimberlite. Just step 1. Step 2, probably double the output of the kimberlite chain compared to what it is now, because it's like less than 3 out for 15 in of kimberlite. Less than 3 diamonds out for 15 per second of kimberlite in. It's really insane how low the output is on kimberlite processing to begin with, even with all of the geometric series loops in it. And then B, cut this like to like 5 or 10. Like 10 is significantly better in and of itself, but I would say cut it like to 5. This is completely bonkers at 20. Me, the guy who's building at a scale of 180 Zippier at a time, trying to feed frickin' 49 agitators worth of collagen, making a little over 10 collagen per second capable. The guy who's doing this much stone wool to feed the Zippier, who's got square after square after square of mushrooms, of 164 mushroom plantations each. Me, the guy who's building at such gigantic scale, is saying to you that the amount of proton donors required for diamonds is bonkers. Anyway, continuing along on the Rayon setup here. Oh boy, yeah. So that's the thing. Right. So it would be this times 4. Wait, huh? Oh, yeah. That's why that only had 3 in it. This has 4 of the modules. This, by the way, as I get up to the level 3 productivity modules, it's actually going to increase up to like the 18 range rather than the 15. It's just going to give an extra 3 per second out of 40, without changing any of the amount of input. And the reason for that is that the speed reduction on buildings is capped at minus 80% for crafting speed. Oh, this is actually at minus 60. But either way, it's sort of, I think it stays the same on the input, and it only really impacts the output, upgrading these. I don't know, I have to double check. But yeah, so 3.87. 3.33 on the sodium carbonate. I need to, like, finish the logistics here for this. I think this should be enough on these. This should be producing as soon as I route in the, Oh, that's unfortunate. That should be 1 tile higher. Oops. Yeah, that would be ideal. And remember, among all of this is that I am attempting to... Oh, I need vents. I need some gas vents. I'm attempting to do these squares without robotic inputs. So I'm designing I'm designing these Rayon setups so that they don't need any outside inputs at all, outside of, like, the lamps on the fiber. That's, like, the only real thing, is that the lamps are just going to need to be moved, but I'm okay with shipping lamps in. Not so okay with shipping mushrooms and Relesia anymore. I'm trying to avoid that where I can. So, yeah. That was our discussion of diamonds. I hope you enjoyed our discussion of diamonds. That is likely going to happen about 2,000 more times until it is addressed. Probably even after it's addressed, but anyway. Let's see. Just the one out. Tempted to do this on the other side, but I'll just do this way. Power, 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 power. Come on, performance. I think my PC might be having a little trouble with 18,500 Logibots working all at once. 18,561. And then all of a sudden it'll just shoot up to 62, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then... Yeah, it's a lot. Speaking of a lot, you... There. There's that. Power, power, power. Cannot leech, by the way. Actually, I could leech. I could leech. It's only about 810 on this one side, so yeah, this could leech, so I'm going to leech. Yeah, I'll do it like this. There we go. That will give me the hydrogen. And that's going to be Relesia moving. Okay. Now the mushrooms. Now for my shroomies. Also, Pi Alien Life, there's gonna be like 20 million Thaogi recipes, just like as an FYI. There's like 20 million of the things. If you aren't following, if you aren't a patron of Pyanodon on Patreon, I would highly suggest joining at the $2 tier to be able to see the updates that are posted about Pi Alien Life. That's where all of the Pi Alien Life news is being posted now, is on the Patreon page for those who are at the $2 Circuit 2 tier or higher. And yeah, it's very interesting stuff. It's very interesting stuff, including that there's like 1 million freaking recipes for Phalange coming in Pi Alien Life. Plus a lot of other cool stuff. Cool stuff, cool pictures of stuff, and news and things that I'm not really going to be talking about, and instead going to just say, hey, you should totally join and be a patron of Pyanodon at the $2 tier. to find out all of the updates. All of this may change. Oh gosh. That's annoying. I think I need more belt. Kitty, I think I need more belt. Kitty Cole. I think I need more belt. He's just sleeping, by the way. Trying to, anyway. Let's see, yeah, that, I need more. More, I say, more belt. I need the belt. Give me the belt. Why am I even carrying around those subpar loaders? I don't need to carry around subpar loaders. I should do something with these. Wasn't this like... Oh yeah. So this line here, this set of squares that totally has things in it. Yeah, that was supposed to be my like empty line in case I wanted to do anything like, I don't know, run a railway line in the middle here. Yeah, that didn't happen. I have yet to make a single unit of rails in this entire save. This whole 219 hours, I've yet to make a single rail. Oh hey, here's some stuff. But yeah, let's just say with the science, I want the 1 per second on the purple science because I'm making the 1 per second on the red and the green already. And I don't want my purple science to, like, bottleneck me. I mean, it's not like there's a lot at purple science anyway that really necessarily extends what we can do outside of, say, gold processing. The only real... I don't like the gold processing because, again, this is one of those circumstances that gold processing is very inefficient. It just doesn't have the output by comparison with the conversion of silver into gold through particle accelerators. It just doesn't have enough output to it to be a good alternative. Yes, you should absolutely do it if you're doing the higher level of processing of chrome. If you're going up the chrome chain, you're going to get stuff that goes down into the gold processing chain, so you may as well do the gold processing chain. It's basically free if you're doing high-grade chromium, or higher than high-grade chromium after that, so you may as well do it. It's just, it's not really going to give you what you need of the gold. In fact, you'll need so much more gold than you will chromium that you'll probably be voiding chromium just to get the gold chain out of it, which really I would not suggest doing. I would not do that, no. I would probably just do the particle accelerator, converting silver into gold, maybe even converting copper into silver into gold, and maybe even using some of that gold for uranium. Because that's actually the only way to get uranium ore infinitely is by converting gold to uranium in the particle accelerators. So yeah, that's a major thing. As for the other stuff that's available at Purple Science, it's like, well, Covarex, alright, vanilla, nuclear power, yeah, no, there are much better ways, like faster lab research speed, yeah, Right, I know. Stacking. Most important thing here is the module threes. Like that's like the top tier, as well as the extra cargo space. Top tier stuff at Purple Science there. Otherwise, yeah, stuff. Like, hey, we've got the Mark III robots. Eh. They require intelligent units. Oh boy. Yeah, and then nanotech. Yeah, nanotech is what you need to play the rest of the game. Because this is what will unlock utility science packs. It's like, oh yeah, the rest of the game is sort of locked behind this, so you sort of do need that. Oh, and then yeah, beacons. Bacon! Bacon with T3 modules. Yeah, that's what happens then at Purple Science. So that's really important that we get to Purple Science. Like really, really important getting up to there. Why am I even remotely down here? I don't even know what I'm doing now. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I was waiting on transport belts. I was gonna go down and be like, hey, make belt. Just steal some advanced small parts from machines that aren't currently moving. Because I'm pretty sure I might have a machine or two that's holding on to a couple of hundred of units and doing absolutely nothing with them right now. Cough. Cough, cough. Wheeze. That might be a thing. Oh, that's a lot of circuit 2s you got there. That's a lot of circuit 2s you got there. Maybe, don't. You know, maybe don't. Yeah, maybe don't do that thing. Yeah, maybe don't do that thing that you're doing. Yeah, that's just a few steel chests in here. Yeah, no. What about you? I want to know why it is that the only logistic warehouse that requires steel chest is storage. Like, what? Also, why am I making these? I don't know. Why am I not limiting these? I have no clue. Okay. Yeah, you are totally holding on to like over 400 units of these. I'm taking like most of those, thanks. I mean, it's not like I'm placing down hundreds of stolen atmospheric extractors at a time. What was I saying? Oh yeah, these. Yeah, there. Sure. I mean, it's not like I'm placing hundreds of Tholen atmospheric extractors down at a time or anything like that. Yeah. Right. Anyway, this is going directly into that. Thank you so much for the massive amounts of my transporter belts. Thank you so kindly for all of the belts. Yeah, this is such a better recipe. This is such a better recipe. Normally it would be like 30 advanced small parts, because it's 2 per belt, and 2 stainless steel per belt. Now it's 7 for 15, and 20 stainless for 15. This is really good. Much, much appreciated. I will gladly spend rubber in the form of belt. 2 rubber per belt now. It's another change that was made. It's no longer 1 rubber per 2 belts, but 2 rubber per 1 belt. I will gladly spend all of my belt on that. Alright, I think I've got enough to do what I want to do. So back we go. Last half hour of the stream. Oh boy. Oh boy. This will be nice. And again, just for the record here, pretty sure that my average views across this entire stream today are putting me above 3 on the average for the past 30 days, and you know what that means, right? Oh yes, that means I will have officially met every single one of the requirements. Every single one of the requirements for affiliate status on Twitch. Oh yeah. It will be celebration times on the next stream, I hope. I hope next stream will be celebrating. Since I should have gone through the actual, like, process by then of getting affiliate stuff. Ideally, I think that it should unlock automatically. The ability to sign up and do all the stuff for it, enable all the thingies. So that will be a thing. It'll be glorious. It will be absolutely glorious. I will be very happy setting that up. Very, very happy days. I started streaming consistently on April 29th. It is September 19th. That's how long it has taken to get up to affiliate. Yeah, you know, just May, June, July, August, you know, like close to 5 months. Close to 5 months? Oh, hey, it's aromatics. Why? Oh. Yeah, that would help. That would help. Why did I do that? I don't know. So, there's the petroleum. There's your petrol! Now let's get this petroleum. Oh, thank goodness. Yay! It happened. It's happening. There's my... Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it's happening. We're in it to win it. We're in it to win it. There's sulfur. There's the sulfur. And here comes the propene. Now, I need to actually, you know, hook up the propene, but anyway. Any of these line up exactly? Yes, you do. There's propene. Just add coal. Oh, right. Right. Yeah, it'll totally be on the top. Yeah, it'll totally be on the top. There we go. Now it's totally on the top. Load. Let's not forget. Oop. on my remaining mushrooms. Carrying around these, yep. No, there. There's the carbonyl sulfide. Get this going. Ooh. There we go. It's fiber! Oh. Yeah, that they are. Done. My Shift C works, so that's good. There we go. That should be that on the carbonyl sulfide. I just need more of my productivity modules, perpetually needing my productivity modules, but anyway. So let's see. Why do you... Alright, so you're slowly accumulating fiber, ammonia, sulfuric acid, and sodium carbonate. Oh boy. Oh boy. My green glowing fiber. Yay. Right. You need to be like a, an active provider chest or something. Because you need to, like, die immediately. Okay. Right. You... there. That's important. That's somewhat important. And then all of these are, like, backed up by a lot, so it'll take a little time to chew through all of it. In total, it's less than a full red belt among these, so once the backup clears, it should be fine. Going all the way down. Although it is going to back up here from how much is being made. And then eventually the actual fiber line will back up, as you can see. Although that is a lot of stuff. Oh boy. Might have to void the organic matter produced there. Might have to just void it, or feed it back in over here. Oh, there's an idea. That is an idea. Is the organic matter that is produced out of this enough to feed back into this? I don't actually think that's enough. It's 15. 15. Yeah, it might be. Might not be. Because this is 20. This is 20 organic matter, not 15. And I'm pretty sure I need at least... I need more than 15. So that's sad. I'll leave it like it is. Do that. Do that. Okay. That is everything up to this point. I could go about and reduce the space that this is using if I wanted to. Or I could fit whatever else I want in this remaining space. So what else is left? What all else is left? Well, we've got sodium carbonate, ammonia, and sulfuric acid. Sodium carbonate, ammonia, and sulfuric acid. Well, the ammonia will be more of these guys. Unless I want to have my robots bring them in. And remember, the whole point of this is we're trying to minimize the amount of work that the robots are doing. Trying to minimize the amount of work the robots are doing. Let me see, am I carrying around any... Of course not. Any of my glorious thingies. Need some chem plants. Sodium carbonate. You? Yes. Sodium carbonate comes from sodium sulfate with limestone and coke. How much again? Oh boy. Oh boy. Please? Yes. Okay, good. Better. Okay. Okay. This. My mind is... The wheels are turning. Don't worry. The wheels are turning. Okay, that's... I'm gonna need another 2x2. More than one 2x2. Let's see. Sodium sulfate is available here. Salt, of course, plus bisulfate. Bisulfate is the, I've got them down here. All the way down over... Where again? Here. Here! Yeah, you. You are a thing. So... Mixers. Mixers. Electrolyzers. Evaporators. Am I carrying around any mixers? Yes. You. Really? Okay. 3. What? Well, that sucks. Okay. Sure. Fine. Be that way. I guess I'll conserve space while spending power. I would need 5 of these. Oh boy. 5 of these. Oh yeah, that's salt. That's some salt. That's a little bit of salt. Oh, that's actually quite a bit of hydrogen chloride. I know exactly what I can do with that hydrogen chloride, for the exception that I would need to vent excess. And then you, of course, need... It's a 1-to-1. Exactly 3. Oh, yeah, it's just... It's a bit of salt. It's a bit of salt. I'm gonna hazard a guess and say that 3 is 15 here. 16.88 over 3.38 by 3. Yeah, that's 15 flat. So 45 per second salt. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, just this. Remembering here. Everything that I'm building is 1/4 scale. I'm currently building at 1/4 of the total scale that I'm planning. So, multiply by 4. Yeah, or by 3 more of these. Like, oh yeah, 12? Yeah, by 4. 20? Yeah, by 4. 5? Yeah, by 4. 10? Yeah, 40. So when I say that I'm going to need another 2x2, what I think I actually mean is I'm going to need another 2x2s. 2x2x2. Die. And then sulfur. 300. 300, 400 total sulfur. Sulfuric acid. 400. Let's keep this in mind as well. 400 total. And then 90. This is probably also 90. I'm going to assume that this is also going to be 90, so it'll be 180 total per second out on the hydrogen chloride. Feeding 3.48, which actually is only going to be used for 3.33. Happy, happy fun times, right? Are we having fun yet? Definitely feeling the strain. Okay. Salt. So salt, you can mine it, or you can convert it out of saline. Saline. Many options. Many options. In particular, there is one that is stone into saline. However, I am not interested in spending my good, hard-earned iron on stone. That is just not going to happen. Not at this scale am I going to be making my 45 per second of salt that I need to feed this from saline. No chance in hell is that going to be a thing that I am even remotely interested in doing. Nor am I going to, like, bring in any of the byproduct stones. That's just not happening. Coarse gravel or coarse fraction can be converted into the stone here. Stone and gravel and iron oxide. And it's done out of soil, so that's an option. But then again, I would also have to deal with the sand, the organic matter, and the limestone. And that's not even a lot of coarse fraction that makes. And again, you can spend sticks. You could also get tar out of stone. Supposedly this is the best method of doing tar. Which I guess, because of this, you can do coarse fraction to stone to tar? And then loop back the extra coarse fraction, deal with the tailings dust, have tar and tailings? But again, this is big. So what I tend to default to is, well, our good friend, the mushrooms. and doing destructive distillation column-based mushrooms. However, this setup of mushrooms on this 2x2, this is designed to use the robots. I need to design something that's not going to use the robots, aka I'm going to need this. This is what I'm going to need. Now, does this actually fit in a 2x2? It actually looks like it sort of does. Since I'm looking at this, this is lines of 16, huh? This sort of fits in a 2x2. No, this is not the same distance, I think. Oh no, it is. It is. Oh gosh. Hello, kitty. You just banged yourself on the desk, jumping up. It's the kitty. Kitty is here. Kitty has arrived. Say hello to Kitty. Kitty Cole. Kole. Yeah. Yeah, you came to visit? You came to visit me? Yeah, that's a thing that happens sometimes. Yeah, show that face. Yeah, show that face. Show that pretty face, Mr. Cole. Anyway. Right at the end, of course, he's on my lap because he's hungry. Wants me to give him something good. Alright, yeah, you go there. You go right there, and people can see you. So this is going to be requiring quite a bit more planning. Yeah, please don't take that away, all these Mark II. All these Mark II Constructobots. I'm going to stick that out there for now. I'm going to place down... Alright, so... I need to calculate how much saline I'm going to need. Exactly how much saline I'm going to need for this. So 45 salt in total. 45 salt in total. I need to pull in some evaporator Mark IIs. And in the meantime, grab my 2x2. Excuse me, but a rock was in the way, I guess. Grab these glorious 2x2s. Yeah, that's the pretty boy. Pretty boy getting comfy. Comfy on my lap. You like it there? You like it there? Okay, that will be those. One of these is going to be like just mushroom farms, I'm assuming. I just need this evaporator so that I can see how much stuff I need. You know, it's been a while, Cole, since people have seen you on the stream. It's been a long time, actually. Several weeks, actually. Since last time he decided to have lap time. For any significant amount of time. Ah, so much sand. So many robots moving sand. I need to really redesign that. Probably gonna happen on Sunday. Actually, I need to think about what I want to do on Sunday to, like, celebrate. Oh, hey, there's the evap. There's the evap. So, yeah, about that. You. Okay. A. Figures. Okay. 23 for 1 Mark II. Interesting. I need 45. Yeah. 450. Right, it is 10 to 1. 450, Saline. Okay. Can that be accomplished? Is 450 accomplished from a single... That sounds awfully familiar at 450. I think that is... Yeah, I think I'm actually good on this. Going down here to where I'm actually currently doing this, because I'm actually already doing this. For reference, I'm already doing this entire process. I'm just wanting to do this locally from water without needing my robots to fly around to deliver stuff. Especially, I don't want them moving things to the tune of 45 per second. Because that's a lot of robots at this distance. Also, sort of need to think about just, you know, pulling out a... Oh, hey, it's a car. Pulling out a car and using that at some point. Maybe. I'm just afraid I'm just going to run into absolutely everything at all times. Alright, Cat has really hunkered down now on the lap. Really has hunkered down. Just as long as you don't leave stains on my shorts from your back end. So... Yes, that is a number greater than 450. Okay, I am good. I'm good. We're good. We're good. It's official. We're good. Everything is awesome. I did not actually see that movie. Don't. That's like, no. Not going to either. DDC2s. I need you. DDC2s. Also, I need E... I'm gonna grab it from here. Without the, stuff. And I'm going to get rid of those. And those. And that. And that. So we're gonna have just this, and I'll figure out something with the water wells later. After plopping this down. Is your cat Maine Coon or similar to it? Yes! Maine Coon mix. He has Maine Coon in him. Officially, he is domestic, but he does have Maine Coon. Absolutely has Maine Coon, which is why at his weight currently at like 9 pounds, he is actually... We consider him underweight in the 9-pound range. Because he is totally male with Maine Coon. He should be 15 pounds or close to it, not 9. He used to be upwards like 12, 13. Of course, the doctor, because he's officially considered domestic, was like, "Oh hey, he's overweight at 13." We're like, "But no, he has Maine Coon." He has Maine Coon. He should be bigger. He should be bigger than that. He's fine. He's totally fine. But yeah. Since he's got the stuff going on in his intestines, causing the swelling around the intestines, that's causing him problems with eating and excreting. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that I hear that purr. I hear that purr. We had to change his diet to actually be grain-free. He's finally left. Alright. Now I can sit more comfortably for the last 4 minutes here, anyway. Yeah, we had to change his diet to be more grain-free to help out with the digestion and all of that. However, that, of course, comes with it the whole, if you want better food, you have to pay more. So, yeah, it's more expensive to feed him overall, as well as having to occasionally get the medicine. 2 medications he's on. One is a steroid to help with his intestinal inflammation, which I guess only really takes the edge off on it. And then there's, like, hello, place the things. And then there is a general painkiller, gabapentin, that he's on. Which again, just hardly takes the edge off. It's not enough for him to like not associate his litter box with pain, because that's exactly what's been happening for quite some time now. He's been associating both of his litter boxes with his pain, and yeah, let's just say he hasn't really been using his litter boxes all that often. It's been fun. But he's sick, so we can't get mad. Cannot be mad. We shall not be mad with the kitty. Okay. I have these coming? Yes, I have them. I have them! They have arrived. Okay. I will at least be able to place this blueprint, ideally. And... oh, no. Oh, that would have been so freaking nice if that actually could fit. Can I probably can't fit it this way either. Nope. Alright. Here's what we do. Here's what we do. We place this. But what I'm going to do is not have these here. Those won't be there. Welcome, all of my Mark II construction bots! Right, since today I made my production of construction bots more efficient, I upgraded the machine to Mark II, as well as placed a requester chest for my production of the construction bots. Since I did this, we can see, oh hey, I now have all of them, and yeah, so now a lot of stuff is happening. A lot of stuff is happening with my construction bots, and I should have a lot more Logi bots as a result. Now, why are you not constantly moving? I don't know. What is missing? Solder? And chromium. No, you've got chromium in you, and the solder in you. You want to deliver circuits. Yeah, circuits. Circuit 1s. Okay. This is fine. However, I've sort of reached the end of the stream for the day today. One last thing that I will do is I will go down here. I will grab these and place them over here on this side. And that will be where I think I end things today. Oh, those beautiful Mark II Constructobots. That's where I will end things for the day. And then next time I will set up the saline water into salt, into sodium bicarbonate, into sodium, or I think it's whatever the heck. It's sodium whatever's all the way up to sodium carbonate ultimately. Sodium carbonate from sulfate from stuff. Yeah, from stuff and things. From lots and lots of salt. From lots and lots of salt, ultimately. This, by the way, feeds into the, like, 460-something of saline water, which will be evaporated into salt, which will go into the thing, and that will be what is feeding into my 10 Rayon. So, remember again, this times 4... and that'll be the sodium carbonate. Then we have to think about the ammonia and the sulfuric acid as well. So this will also probably need to have the sulfuric acid with it. And I'll need to think about what I want to do with the ammonia. That will need a bit of a think. I think it'll be 33.3 on the ammonia. I did at one point put in a request for these guys. 33.3 on the ammonia from the urea. Yeah, that's not a lot. That's not a lot, and it can do these. So, 33.3, yeah, that's like nothing, so that's fine. Just a little bit more of this. Anyway, with that, what has gotten done today? Well, I reviewed what I did last, like, between the episodes, which was primarily just doing stuff on the new iron, setting up this casting on the new iron to get steel from the high grade, placing down the stainless and the super, but since I don't have the phosphate rocks on the network yet, this stainless isn't going to move. And I definitely don't have what I need for the molten super steel quite yet. I need a radar. Radar. Do I have any on me? No, of course not. I don't know if I'm even automating these. I don't think so, but anyway. So I did that, and then have proceeded to work on setting up a Rayon at scale setup. It's mostly done at this point, I have to say. It's mostly done. It's a little bit of ammonia, about 400 total units of sulfuric acid per second needs to happen to get 300 of which is used for the sodium carbonate. Then routing the sodium carbonate in, and then we're good, right? We're good. And then I'll have my 3.87 on the stuff here. On these guys, my Rayon, and then I have to multiply it by 4. Multiply by 4. Or, yeah. Add 3 more to what I have. So with that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you are so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv/Otaku Showboat to leave a follow. to be notified when I go live Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. You can follow me on Twitter at Otaku Showboat and visit my website at otakushowboat.com. You can help support Pyanodon at patreon.com/Pyanodon and myself at patreon.com/Otaku Showboat. I hope to see you all on the next one where we will, ideally, be celebrating my affiliate status. I hope to see you all then.